Kuala Lumpur International Airport, February 13, 2017, 8:58 a.m. A 45-year-old North Korean man walks alone through the crowded departure terminal. He is carrying a black backpack. Like everyone else in the airport, he is just another traveler rushing to catch a flight. Seconds later, two women approach him from behind. The first woman, Siti Aisyah, an Indonesian national, quickly rubs a liquid across the man's face. Almost immediately, a second woman, Duan Thi Huong from Vietnam, steps forward and wipes another substance over his eyes before walking away as if nothing had happened. The entire encounter lasts less than 5 seconds. The women laugh and leave in different directions. The man wipes his face with his hands. He looks confused rather than frightened. Within minutes, he walks to the airport's customer service desk and tells staff that two women have sprayed something on his face. Airport personnel escort him to the airport clinic. His condition rapidly deteriorates. He begins sweating heavily. His vision becomes blurred. He struggles to breathe. As doctors prepare to transfer him to a nearby hospital, he loses consciousness. At approximately 11 a.m., less than 2 hours after the attack, he is pronounced dead. Malaysian authorities initially identify him using the passport he carried. The name reads Kim Jong Il, but the passport is fake. The victim's real identity shocks the world. He is Kim Jong Nam, the estranged half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong Un. His assassination would trigger an international murder investigation involving North Korean intelligence, one of the world's deadliest chemical weapons, diplomatic expulsions, and accusations that a sovereign state had carried out a political assassination on foreign soil. But before anyone could understand why Kim Jong Nam was murdered, they first had to understand who he was. Kim Jong Nam was born on May 10, 1971. He was the eldest son of Kim Jong Il, the man who would later become North Korea's second supreme leader. His grandfather was Kim Il-sung, the founder of North Korea, and the man whose personality cult still dominates the country today. In North Korea, bloodline is everything. The Kim family is not simply a political dynasty. To many North Koreans, it is presented almost as a sacred family whose authority cannot be questioned. Thank you for making it this far. If you're enjoying stories about money, power, war, and crime, please consider subscribing. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of this month. And if you don't feel like subscribing for now, please leave a like and save this video. I really appreciate it. As the eldest son of Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Nam was widely expected to one day inherit leadership of the country. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, he received privileges that ordinary North Koreans could never imagine. He studied abroad. He learned several languages. He developed a fascination with computers and technology. Unlike most North Korean elites, he spent considerable time outside the country, visiting places like Switzerland, Russia, China, and Singapore. Many intelligence analysts believed Kim Jong Nam was being groomed as North Korea's future leader. But everything changed in 2001. That year, Kim Jong Nam attempted to enter Japan using a fake passport issued by the Dominican Republic. His reasons sounded almost unbelievable. According to Japanese authorities, he wanted to visit Tokyo Disneyland with his family. Japanese immigration officers detained him after discovering the passport was fraudulent. The story exploded across international headlines. For Kim Jong Il, who valued secrecy and discipline above everything else, the incident was deeply embarrassing. Whether it was the fake passport, the international humiliation, or concerns about his son's judgment, Kim Jong Nam quickly fell out of favor. His younger half-brother, Kim Jong Un, gradually became the preferred successor. Unlike Kim Jong Nam, Kim Jong Un remained largely hidden from the outside world. Very little was known about him until the late 2000s. Then, in December 2011, Kim Jong Il died from a heart attack while traveling on his armored train. Within days, Kim Jong Un was declared North Korea's new supreme leader. He was believed to be in his late 20s. Many foreign governments questioned whether someone so young could maintain control over one of the world's most secretive dictatorships. Those doubts disappeared quickly. Almost immediately, Kim Jong Un began consolidating power. Senior military officials were removed. Party leaders disappeared. Generals who had served under his father were replaced with younger officials loyal to him alone. One of the most shocking incidents came in December 2013. Kim Jong Un ordered the arrest of his own uncle, Jong Song-thaek. Jang had been considered one of the most powerful men in North Korea and was widely viewed as Kim Jong Un's political mentor during his early years in power. State media accused him of treason, corruption, womanizing, gambling, and attempting to overthrow the government. Just days after his arrest, Jang Song-thaek was executed. The speed of his downfall sent a chilling message. No one was untouchable. Not generals, not senior officials, not even members of the Kim family. Meanwhile, Kim Jong Nam continued living overseas. He spent most of his time in Macau, a Chinese special administrative region known for its casinos. He also frequently traveled between Malaysia, Singapore, and China. Unlike his younger brother, Kim Jong Nam occasionally spoke to journalists. In several interviews with Japanese journalist Yoji Gomi, he openly criticized the idea of hereditary leadership. He questioned whether a third-generation succession could succeed and suggested that economic reform was necessary for North Korea's future. Although he insisted he had no desire to challenge his brother for power, his very existence represented something dangerous. He was the eldest son of Kim Jong Il. He carried the Kim bloodline. And in politics, especially inside authoritarian regimes, legitimacy can be just as powerful as ambition. For years, South Korean intelligence agencies believed Kim Jong Nam was under Chinese protection. Beijing never publicly confirmed this, but many analysts believe China saw him as a potential alternative leader should Kim Jong Un ever lose control. Whether or not that was true, the perception alone may have been enough to make him a threat. By early 2017, Kim Jong Nam was living a quiet life outside North Korea. He traveled frequently, he kept a low profile, and he rarely appeared in public. Then, on the morning of February 13th, he arrived at Kuala Lumpur International Airport, preparing to board a flight to Macau. He had no idea that a carefully planned operation had already begun. Two women were waiting for him, and within a matter of seconds, history would change forever. But why would Kim Jong Un want his own half-brother dead? The answer wasn't necessarily because Kim Jong Nam was actively plotting to overthrow him. In fact, Kim Jong Nam repeatedly said he had no interest in ruling North Korea. The problem was what he represented. As the eldest son of former leader Kim Jong Il, he carried the bloodline that gave North Korea's ruling family its legitimacy. In a country where power depends as much on dynasty as it does on force, Kim Jong Nam's existence alone made him a potential rival. Some intelligence analysts believed China viewed him as a possible replacement if Kim Jong Un's regime ever became unstable. Whether that was true or not, authoritarian leaders often eliminate not only their enemies, but also anyone who could one day become one. To Kim Jong Un, the risk may have been too great to ignore. And if investigators are correct, that perceived threat set in motion an assassination plot that would soon unfold in one of the world's busiest airports. Kim Jong Nam had unknowingly become the target of an assassination plot that investigators believe had been months in the making. But one question puzzled authorities from the very beginning. Why use two ordinary women to kill the half-brother of one of the world's most protected dictators? The answer was as shocking as the murder itself. Malaysian police arrested both Siti Aisyah and Duan Thi Huong within days of the attack. During questioning, neither woman claimed to be a trained assassin. Instead, both gave almost the same explanation. They believed they were participating in hidden camera prank videos for a Japanese television show. According to their statements, they had previously been recruited by several men posing as television producers. For weeks, they had carried out harmless pranks in shopping malls and public places, walking up to strangers and wiping baby oil or lotion on their faces before running away laughing. Each prank earned them a small payment. The women said they thought February 13th was simply another prank. Neither claimed to know they were handling one of the deadliest chemical weapons ever created. Investigators soon discovered that 4 North Korean men had met with the women repeatedly before the attack. They allegedly trained them, rehearsed the movements, and carefully timed every step inside the airport. Shortly after Kim Jong Nam collapsed, those 4 men immediately boarded flights out of Malaysia. By the time police realized what had happened, they had already escaped through Jakarta, Dubai, and Vladivostok before eventually reaching Pyongyang. Malaysian authorities later identified them as Ri Ji Hyun, Hong Song Hak, Oh Jong Gil, and Ri Jai Nam. They were believed to be North Korean intelligence operatives. Another North Korean suspect, Ri Jong Chol, was arrested in Malaysia but later released due to insufficient evidence. Police also sought questioning of Kong Chol, North Korea's ambassador to Malaysia, and several embassy staff members, but diplomatic immunity complicated the investigation. The most frightening discovery came during the autopsy. Scientists identified the poison as VEX nerve agent. VX is one of the deadliest chemical weapons ever developed. It was originally created for warfare, not assassination. Just a tiny amount can shut down the nervous system, causing muscles to stop functioning until the victim can no longer breathe. The Chemical Weapons Convention classifies VX as a weapon of mass destruction, and its production and stockpiling are banned by most countries. Investigators believe each woman unknowingly carried only one part of the chemical. Individually, the substances were far less dangerous. But when they were applied to Kim Jong Nam's face within seconds of each other, they combined to form lethal VX. This theory also explained why both women immediately washed their hands after the attack, something they later said they had been instructed to do without being told why. The assassination triggered an international diplomatic crisis. Malaysia expelled North Korea's ambassador after he accused Malaysian authorities of working with foreign governments to smear Pyongyang. North Korea responded by temporarily preventing Malaysian citizens inside North Korea from leaving the country. For several tense days, both countries were locked in a diplomatic standoff before an agreement was reached. Malaysia released Kim Jong Nam's body to North Korea, and both sides allowed their citizens to return home. Meanwhile, the murder trial continued. In 2019, Indonesian citizen Siti Aisyah was released after prosecutors unexpectedly dropped the murder charge against her. A few weeks later, Vietnamese citizen Duan Thai Hung accepted a reduced charge of causing injury through a dangerous act. She received a shorter prison sentence and was later released. Neither woman was convicted of murder. To this day, many intelligence agencies and governments believe the assassination was orchestrated by North Korea, although Pyongyang has consistently denied any involvement. No North Korean official has ever been convicted for the killing. The four primary suspects remain in North Korea, beyond the reach of Malaysian authorities. The death of Kim Jong Nam sent a message far beyond one family. It demonstrated that political rivals could be targeted anywhere in the world, even inside one of Asia's busiest international airports,